Hello, meatheads. We're standing here at Guthrie Castle. I just got finished with an hour and 20-minute live feed interview with a financial luminary that'll streamed. I thought since I'm dressed up the first time during the Corona era, that I'd pass on a message, not of hope, because if you need hope, then I can't help you. Not of inspiration, because if you need inspiration, I can't help you. But again, if you follow me on social media, if you follow Twitter and or LinkedIn, you'll see that we're posting weekly and even 2 or 3 times a week, success stories from kids that are getting deals done. And today we posted one guy bought 3 home health care deals in the UK. I believe it was for £4 million, which is about $5 million. It's his 7th, 8th, and 9th acquisition, but his first acquisition during the Corona environment. We've had people from Canada closing deals. We've had people from South Africa closing deals. We've had people from the United States closing deals during this market environment. I've been asked a jillion times what is different or what has changed with QLA vis-a-vis Corona. Nothing, other than you got to triple or quadruple the work output. Even though you don't want to hear it, I say, and if you remember, I've said it on YouTube a jillion times, I used to make up to 5, 6, even 7 financial presentations a day during the market collapse of the early mid-'80s of oil. And the reason I was giving so many presentations a day is because nobody wanted to hear my pitch. Nobody was interested in buying or even contemplating buying assets that were dropping in value almost daily. And it's not a dissimilar environment. The only difference is now it's not one commodity that's dropping in value. It's the perception of the market. And the financial luminary that I just got off the live stream with, it's the unknown that keeps people from buying. But when you're talking to them again and again and again and reminding them again and again and again, and you're making additional entrees into the financial markets several times a day, then you're going to find people that are motivated to sell. And remember, our most important part of the QLA formula is a motivated seller. I mean, that's it. It's a motivated seller. And you've got them now. And remember, if you cut a deal late last year or early this year, it's worth between 25 and 50% less in the Corona environment. And some of the deals that you bought are worth 0. I can't emphasize that enough. There's a lawsuit that just was announced yesterday or today where I believe it's Softbank is being sued because they bought something and they were supposed to make another payment of $5 million or $6 million or $7 million, and they only made the payment of $1 million because, if I understand the information correctly, the deal is not worth it. And there's no reason to give somebody 3 or 4 or 5, 6 times more money for an asset that's not worth it. And if you structured it properly, and you structured it properly with seller's finance as a portion of it, it's easy to claw back, or because you owe them money, you can always renegotiate the debt. But if you don't ask, you don't get. In the infamous words of Bruce the Whipple, if you don't ask, you won't get. You've got to demand. And the squeaky wheel still gets the grease. If you notice, as I predicted, the first tranche of the money that's been given out by the U.S. government, and I'm speaking of the U.S. government. I'm pretty sure it's not dissimilar in the U.K. and all the other companies, or I should say countries, that had programs to try to help the small, medium enterprise, small SMEs, is that the money didn't go to the right people the first time around. So now they're having a second tranche of another $1 trillion or $2 trillion. Because the money, some of the big companies that got money, like the Lakers, the Los Angeles Lakers, don't need $5 or $7 million or whatever they got from the tranche. But the squeaky wheel gets the grease. I just got an email from a guy in Canada that his 3 companies were funded by the SBA. Now, I didn't know the SBA made Canadian loans. And unless I misread the email, and I don't think I misread it, I'm sure his businesses had to do with doing business in the United States. That's why he was able to get the money from the SBA. But, I mean, not 100%, but certainly 50, 60, 70% of you guys that have completed deals should qualify for the extra money that's being put out by the various governments. But you got to ask. And if you don't ask, I guarantee you won't fucking get. And the show that I just did the live stream on wanted to know what my opinion was about the oil market, what my opinion was about several other things, and how I was able to ascertain that the oil was going south, and how I was able to ascertain that it would go to zero. And there is no algorithm for 50 years of experience. You can't jam that into an algorithm. And in most of the advice, the other people are given, and everybody deserves the ability to make a living. But in my judgment, not at the expense of you giving you bad information. This is going to take 1 to 3 times in capital. It's going to cost in money 1 to 3 times more than the prognosticators are admitting, and it's going to take 3 to 5 times longer in time. I'm going to say it again. It's going to cost 1 to 3 times more money, and it's going to take 3 to 5 times longer. We're talking about changes that are never going to happen again, or instances that will never occur again. We could be like this in the next 5 or 10 years. What are we going to do about airlines? Warren Buffett's not a stupid guy. He didn't sell all his fucking airlines because he doesn't understand. Just think, outside the box. How would you make airlines make money? I was just talking to the guy about the most expensive restaurant in New York City. And he happens to know the owner. I didn't know the owner. He knew who it was. And it seats 160 people. How are they going to make that restaurant pay all the employees and for the expensive real estate, because I don't believe they own the building, with 40 people? They can't. So there's a lot of models that are dead forever. Forever. People my age will never get on a cruise line. There's a lot of them. People my age will never fly on a fucking plane again. Okay? People my age, and not just my age, there's certain things they're never going to do again. There's just, and if you don't wake up to this, you're going to suffer. You have the tools. QLA has the tools. Motivated seller, seller finance. Go out there and rip their fucking head off and shit down their neck. This is our time. Remember, I said we wanted Trump, we got Trump. Low interest rates stayed low, lowest in 5,000 years, and we had some sort of financial tsunami. I didn't know it was going to be, Corona, but it's here. So let's take advantage of it. God bless.